Welcome to the Messenger of Truth channel. God bless you and protect your life. Subscribe, follow our work and share the truth with others. Hebrew 9. Now the first also had ordinances of divine worship and an earthly sanctuary. For a tabernacle was prepared, the first, in which were the lampstand, and the table, and the showbread, which is called the sanctuary. But after the second veil was the tabernacle, which is called the Holy of Holies, which had the golden censer, and the ark of the covenant overlaid with gold all around, in which was a golden pot containing the manna, and Aaron's rod which had blossomed, and the tablets of the covenant. And over the ark the cherubim of glory, which shadowed the mercy seat, of which things we will not now speak particularly. Now when these things were thus prepared, the priests entered the first tabernacle at all times, and performed the services. But in the second, only the high priest once a year, not without blood, which he offered for himself and for the guilt of the people. The Holy Spirit implying that the way to the sanctuary was not yet uncovered, while the first tabernacle was standing. Which is an allegory for the present time, in which gifts and sacrifices are offered which, as far as the conscience is concerned, cannot perfect the one who does the service, but consist only of delicacies and drinks and various ablutions and justifications of the flesh, imposed until the time of correction. But when Christ, the high priest of the good things to come, has come in a greater and more perfect tabernacle, not made with hands, that is, not of this creation, nor by the blood of goats and calves, but by his own blood, he entered where once accomplished eternal redemption. For if the blood of bulls and goats and the ashes of a heifer sprinkled on the unclean sanctify them for the cleansing of the flesh, how much more does the blood of Christ sanctify the unclean? How much more will the blood of Christ, who through the eternal Spirit offered himself unblemished to God, cleanse your conscience from dead works to serve the living God? And for this reason he is the mediator of a new testament, so that by the intervention of death for the remission of transgressions under the first testament, those who are called may receive the promise of the eternal inheritance. For where there is a will, the death of the testator must intervene. For a will has force where death has taken place, or is it of any value while the testator lives? Therefore also the first was not consecrated without blood. For when Moses had spoken to all the people all the commandments according to the law, he took the blood of the calves and of the goats, with water and purple wool and hyssop, and sprinkled both the book itself and all the people, saying, This is the blood of the testament which God has commanded you. And he sprinkled with blood the tabernacle and all the vessels of the ministry. And almost all things according to the law are purified by blood, and without the shedding of blood there is no remission. Therefore it was necessary that the figures of things in heaven should be purified in this way, but the heavenly things themselves with better sacrifices than these. For Christ did not enter a sanctuary made with hands, a figure of the true one, but into heaven itself, that he might now appear for us before the face of God. Nor to offer himself many times, as the high priest enters the sanctuary each year with the blood of others. Otherwise he would have had to suffer many times from the foundation of the world, but now, at the end of the age, he has been manifested once, to destroy sin by the sacrifice of himself. And just as it is appointed for men to die once, after which the judgment comes, so Christ also, having offered himself once to take away the sins of many, will appear a second time without sin to those who look to him for salvation.